Alright, we are back. Let's talk about some value. First, the sweater. Very nice sweater. I like it, keeping it simple. That's going to run about $20 to $25, which sounds about reasonable. If it was in stores, I can't imagine it selling for a lot more because it is a pretty basic design. It's not like super high in quality. It's just decent, so I think that's a reasonable price for that. Then, our mug. That's running right about $15. And again, I think that's pretty reasonable. Mugs just go for very cheap these days. Even like nice decorated ones just don't go for that much. If it's in store, they mark up the price a lot, but you can find them all over online with just about any good design you can think of for usually less than 10. So the fact this had a little sculpture in the inside bumped it up a little bit, so right around 15. Again, pretty reasonable. Then our statue. That's only going for about 12 to 15. I personally believe it should be a little higher. I think the reason it's not as high is because it's not that, I wouldn't say well known, but it's just not that popular. I don't think there are that many people that want a statue from the thing. And they did a remake, if I'm not mistaken, so it's also been like, when they do remakes, they kind of soil the franchise and things like that. So I think most people would have heard of it, but I don't know if everyone would specifically want a thing statue of that size. So I think that's the reason why it's not that high. It's just not as popular as some of the other franchises out there. Nothing more than that, because it is a nice statue. Then, our power bank. Our Ash vs. Evil Dead power bank. Now, personally, I don't know much about them. I've never purchased a power bank before. I have a car charger, so I've never needed one, so I don't have much of a frame of reference. But this is going for around $20. And I guess that sounds reasonable for a power bank. I'm not totally sure. I imagine if you just bought a regular one, it'd be cheaper. But since this one looks like a chainsaw, I guess that raises the price. But again, I'm not too familiar with power banks, so I'm assuming that's a good price, but I'm not really sure. But again, I like that it's practical, but it's practical for use, but its size and shape is a little inconvenient if you do need to carry it with you, so that's something to think about. Then, our magazine, right here, our Delirium magazine. So this, the price on there, the listed price on the actual printed magazine is $10. Now, for the benefit, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and give it a $10 value, because there's really no other way to value it. If someone read it and sold it online, they could sell it for like $1. It's pretty much worthless after you read it. I don't think anyone's going to keep it, so I'm going to be fair and give it a $10 value, because if you were in a store and you were going to purchase it in store, that's how much it would be. It'd be $10. So I think that's fair to give it that value and not a resale value, because it's pretty much toilet paper after you read it. So there's no resale value to that, but I'll be fair and give it $10. Then, our print. Something interesting, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the first time they've done this. I don't know how well this is going to focus up close, but it is numbered, so there is actually a limited run on there. Now, I'm pretty sure I was the first one to say this, and I've been saying this all along, so maybe Loot Crate's finally listening to me. Maybe they watched one of my videos. That companies that put prints in there, they need to sign and or number their prints, otherwise they're totally worthless. Back in the day when I first started, everyone put posters in the box. They rolled up posters, and I was like, no, don't do that. Nobody wants that. And then they kind of stopped doing that. And then I said, like, they put prints in, like, nicer ones, which is great, but then it didn't have any value. It's only as valuable as the paper it's printed on, because you could just go reprint it yourself for pretty much no cost. So you need to have it signed and numbered and an artist attached to it. And as I said that, as I posted my videos, more and more companies started doing that. Loot Crate's pretty much the last one to do it. Now, keep in mind that the run on this is extremely high. It's 17,000, which is a very, very high run. But, you know, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter as far as value, but as long as there is a limited run, that's what gives it value. If it's 17,000 or 17 million, it doesn't matter. It doesn't get value until it has a limited run, because without that, they can print this endlessly. They could put it in every box that they put out for indefinitely. So that's why those have no value. Until they cap it off, that's what gives it the value. Obviously, common sense, the higher the number run is, the cheaper the price is going to be, because there's more of them. So that's just basic collecting 101. But still, I'm glad they are doing it nonetheless. 17,000 is super high, but honestly not as high as I thought it would be, because the normal Loot Crate they sell is in like almost the millions. So that's not too bad. But after that rambling, this is going to be about $10. So that gives it some value. Not a ton, but some. Normally I only value these at like $3 or $4 because that's what the cardstock paper costs, and to get it printed on there like Kinko's. But since it has a limited run, that's going for about 10. So I am impressed. I'm happy they're doing that. I'm happy they're listening to, maybe not me, but maybe there is someone else out there that has the same ideas that they are listening to. As far as I know, I'm the only one that's ever said that, but nonetheless, I'm happy they're doing it. And the last item, the pin. This doesn't come with any incentives. I forgot to mention in the Loot Crate normal one, that one always comes with incentives, and I always forget to mention it. But DX does not come with incentives, so it's just the pin. But it is still a nice pin. It's not their logo plastered all over it. It's just Pinhead. So any horror fan would like it. Anyone that likes pins would like it. So that's why it gets a little higher value, because a lot of the companies will just put their logo or something stupid on there. But they've actually been deterring from that too, where they just put pins that are nice and are exclusive to the box, which is really cool. So that goes for about $7 to $10. It's a good quality pin. So that was all the items in the box. And as far as I can tell from what the description card said, is that everything in here is exclusive. The magazine, they said, is a bonus, but it features an exclusive Loot Crate article. So I guess that version of the magazine is exclusive. Like, even if it's not, no big deal. But everything else in here was exclusive, which is very nice. So our value on the low end is $94, and on the high end is $105. Which is pretty good. Not quite double the value, but close enough to it. I think this box comes with like $55 after tax and shipping and stuff like that. But close enough to double your value, where you can say pretty much double your value. And I think they gave good items, good quality stuff. Larger items, statues, specialized things where it's not just a mug, there's something special about it. It's not just a shirt, it's a sweater. And the power bank is a little bit bigger. So they are putting bigger ticket items in, which is another thing that I've been saying from the beginning. So I'm glad they're doing it. I'm just realizing as I'm watching this video, I'm very low down. Like, I didn't angle my phone right. I'm like so low in this video, it's like looking at the ceiling. Sorry, I'm rambling. But anyway, pretty much so with value. Very nice quality stuff. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. I think they did a good job, good value, good variety of stuff. Horror is so popular, I think a lot of people will be pleased with it. It's not for everyone, but you know, I don't think you'd have too much trouble flipping this stuff if you didn't want to keep it, if you wanted to sell it. I think that's good quality all around. But again, let me know what you guys thought, and let me know what you think about the video changes, whether we should keep the video in 2 parts or 1, or if you think the quality of this video with the cell phone camera is okay, or if you like higher quality. I mean, it's just my face. Like, no one really gives a shit about how good quality my face is. It's not that pretty or anything. And the pictures I post will all be much higher quality anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Talk to me in the comments. Let's talk about it. And I'll get my new computer set up and we'll get shit going. And then I'll go back and do the September monthly review, go on with October, so on and so forth. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been Loot Crate DX 7.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Love y'all. Peace.